So you've just accepted an offer on your home and you're excited and you're wondering when you go to the closing table, how much of that money are you going to be able to keep? So in Michigan, there are typically 3 closing costs that a seller has to pay out. They are 1, the realtor commission, 2, the buyer's title insurance, and 3, the real estate transfer taxes. So let's start with the first one, which is by and far the largest one, and that is the realtor's commission. There is no set amount, but in Michigan right now the market value is 6% of the selling price. And this should be listed in the listing agreement when you sign up with your realtor. So pay attention to that. Now, if we do a little bit of math, let's say you sold your house for $200,000. 6% of $200,000 is $12,000. I know that probably sounds like a really large chunk of change, but I wanted to explain that money is divided typically in 4 different ways. So half of it goes to your realtor and the other half goes to the buyer's realtor. Then each of those realtors have to pay their broker. The amount they pay their broker can vary, but typically it's 50%. So now your $12,000 has just been split 4 ways and each entity is getting $3,000, which I think is a little more understandable. And I can tell you that a realtor has a lot of expenses that they have to pay for. Also, that money is going for the professional services that you're receiving in selling your home. And then finally, Uncle Sam is going to take a chunk from each one of them also. There's one more cost I wanted to mention that could be charged to you by the realty company, and that is the a broker transaction fee. This is a one-time cost. It would be listed in the listing agreement that you sign when you list your home. It can vary in price. It could be anywhere from $300 to $800. Not all brokers charge this fee. Pay attention when you sign that document. I can also tell you that my broker, Key Realty, does not charge any kind of fees over and above the commission. So if you want to avoid that fee, list your home with me. The second cost that you can expect when you're selling your home is the cost of a title insurance policy for the buyer. A title insurance policy covers the buyer in case there are any defects found in the title after the closing of the home. For example, you could find out that something was forged on the title and someone else has right of ownership, or you could find out that there was some missing heirs that suddenly showed up and said, hey, this property still belongs to me. So the insurance policy just makes sure that the buyer is covered in those cases, either monetarily, if they're sued, or also to pay for the property itself. These things do happen, and so it is important that these insurance policies are purchased. The cost is typically less than 1% of the property value. It does vary based on property value, and it also varies between title companies. So just as an example, a $150,000 home, you would probably see a title policy that would cost about $1,000. And then if you go up, say maybe a $200,000 home, it would range anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000. As I mentioned, the price does vary, so definitely shop around and make sure you're happy with the price you're getting. The last cost is transfer taxes. These are basically a sales tax that's charged by both the state and the county. Anytime property is purchased and money exchanges hands. Not all states have transfer tax, but unfortunately Michigan does. So the state transfer tax is $3.75 for every $500 of selling price. And then the county transfer tax is 55 cents for every $500 of selling price. Also keep in mind that you have to take whatever your selling price is and round it up to the nearest 500. So let's take an example. Let's say you've sold your house for $199,900. Okay, let's calculate the transfer taxes. So you take the $199,900 and you have to round it up to the next 500. So that would be rounded to $200,000. Then you divide it by 500, which gives you 400. You then take that $400 and multiply it times the state tax of $3.75. That tax comes out to be $1,500. Now for the county tax, you do everything the same and you take that $400 and you multiply it times 55 cents. That total comes out to be $220. You add the two together and you get $1,720 total transfer tax owed. There's a couple caveats that I should mention. Although traditionally a seller pays for transfer taxes and buyer's title insurance, it doesn't always have to happen that way. I've seen listings where the seller states outright that they are not paying for that. So that way the buyer knows up front that those will be his additional closing costs. I've also seen buyers make offers on a home asking the seller to pay for some of his closing costs. So nothing is set in stone and things can change in negotiation. A third thing to keep in mind is if you have any unpaid taxes on your home or any liens on your home, those also will have to be taken out of the purchase price of your home. So in summary, there are 3 costs a seller can expect to pay at closing. 1, the realtor's commission, 2, the buyer's title insurance, and 3, transfer taxes. As an example of these costs in total, let's assume you've sold your house for $200,000. If you add everything up and do all the calculations, the total cost that a seller would pay is just under $15,000. I know this might be hard to swallow, but I think it does help to know in advance what these costs are going to be so that you know what to expect. Thanks for watching.